his presentation. And his presentation will be between 10 to 15 minutes.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome everybody sitting here. Have a good day. My name is Saqib Shabir on the behalf of OSG. I'm working as safety manager in Expand Emergency Medical Facility Udaipur. So today we are here to discuss and share our experiences and ideas on the given topic, and the topic which I selected today, hands and power tools safety. In our daily life, we are using hand and power tools in our domestic life as well as in our official life, professional life. And these tools are fabricated to facilitate our work, to help us to make our work more easier. But at the same time, these hand and power tools may prove harmful, and they can cause further cuts, abrasion, punctures, sprain, fractures, bruises, electrical shocks, and amputations if we misuse and abuse them. So now, coming to the next slide. Here are the four basic key points. If we want to eliminate and prevent the situation that these helpful tools become wrong. Right tool for the job. Always select the right tool for the job. Competency to operate the tool. The person who is using this tool, is he competent to do that? Regular inspection and proper storage and maintenance. So these are four basic keys. By complying this one, we can eliminate and prevent the hand and power tools to become harmful. First of all, these are the some examples. As I mentioned before, use the tool for the right job. In first picture, like using pliers as wrench, using screwdriver as chisel. While the screwdriver is not fabricated, not made to do work as a chisel. Using knife as saw. In this picture you can see, it is being used, the knife is being used as saw. So these tools are basically not fabricated to do this job. This is misuse and abuse. So when we will go wrong to the procedure, it can prove harmful to us. Here are also some examples. Loose handle hammer, mushroom headed chisels. They are open invitation for any injury, not only the worker himself, but his co-workers and the persons who are crossing nearby. Now talking about power tools. As per Saudi Aramco, CSM, when you are working in restricted area of Saudi Aramco, it must be required obtain work permit for the hot work when we are using power tools. And as per CSM, 110 volt should be used, must be used for the portable power tools, which should have deadman switch, and the guard should be used for the rotation tools. For example, the grinder, table grinder.
This is not the deadman switch.
It's not a deadman switch. This is the drill. This is mentioned 110 volt. This is the 110 volt tools. That's what. This is not the deadman switch. As per Saudi Aramco CSM, GFCI, ground fault circuit interrupter, and 3 probe plugs to be used. And regarding the extension cable, UL, CE, FM listed cords to be used at site. Normally contractors or subcontractors, they don't care of this one and they use makeshift temporary joints and ordinary cables which prove loose circuit. My second option was, first of all, always use the tool for which it is made of. Second one is regular inspection on monthly basis, bi-weekly, by foreman and by safety officer for overcheck. All the hand tools and power tools must be inspected so that it can be eliminated and it can be repaired or replaced timely before it change it can prove harmful for any person. Manufacturing tag to be secure, because it's the manufacturing tag which specifies how much volts this device is to be operated and what are the requirements, what are the safety precautions, or what are the warning for that. So safety officers especially, they ensure that the manufacturing tag must be secure by transparent tape so that for any user, it is the indicator, it is the manual.
Just on that, if your manufacturing tag is not visible, okay, we will enforce that you must remove it from site. I don't care if it's a brand new drill you bought it last week. Your guys must take responsibility for the tools, okay? So they need to ensure, that, like you mentioned, take clear tape, put it over. If they see that it's getting knocked off, pull it off, put new clear tape on. Put it 2-3 times on to protect it if you have to, okay? But if I cannot read that, you can remove it off site immediately. I can tell you that now for nothing.
No, but you have to give us time period. Now you are suddenly saying this practice not being implemented.
What?
Which practice?
What practice?
Practice of taping. You are
Always
saying.
been implemented.
Tape. You said
Yes.
protecting tape.
Which tape? That what he
That's
has?
just to help you protect it. Put clear.
That's way basically.
It's obvious due to excessive use, it cannot be, you cannot preserve unless you tape it with a transparent tape. There is rain, there is
Yes,
dust,
yes.
there is excessive use.
This will fade
Yes.
out. This
And-
but I want to just go in terms of the manufacturing had to be secure. I mean, on to silent currents. Irrespective of whether I said it that you must tape it or not, it must always be there. It must be visible. You know, so you cannot say we're giving you, you know, like it has to be visible. It goes without saying.
Yeah, and that's what CSM says basically. CSM is clear on this one that if you don't have manufacturer's data plates on the tools, you should not use the tools. Okay, because you cannot prove that that is 110, 220, or whatever it is. Okay, but that data plate will tell you that it's what kind of tool it is. Okay, how much power it used, is it double insulated or
Yes,
not,
right.
like that. All this information is there. If the tag is gone, that information is gone. Period. Just protect the tag by any means. Okay, this is what the easiest way is this one, because that clear transparent tape is available on the site. Okay, you don't need to buy extra certain things. Okay, that's easy. So that's why do it.
So this is, sorry.
One more thing. CE mark extension cables, is it really allowed in Saudi Aramco? Or is it only ULFM?
three standards.
Standard cable is allowed.
UL, CE, UL, and
UL,
FM.
FM.
3 standards are available.
Okay, but just be careful. On the CE,
There
okay,
is
that's
Chinese.
engineering for European standards. You
Chinese
get Chinese export also.
Yes.
And the only way to tell them apart is the Chinese export, there's hardly no gap. The C and the E is literally on top of each other. Where the European, there's a full gap in between it. That's the only way to tell them apart. You can look at these plugs you can buy at the general stores and that. It says CE on, it's Chinese export.
So the gentleman, the consensus is developed that to secure, it must be secure, the manufacturing tag, it is a basic and initial document or manual which specifies, which mentions which kind of tool this one, what is the operating requirement, what is the operating voltage, and what are the basic safety requirements for this one. So it must, now everybody agree, it must be secure. Damage tools. In result of a regular inspection, if we find damaged tools or worn wire, it must be tagged, do not use tag, and it should be removed from the site immediately. Because this is an open invitation for sparking, loose circuit, short circuit, even death. So after tagging, it must be removed. Why we are putting tag? So that when it is going to the workshop or it is available in your store, Even then, your storekeeper should not issue to other person if it is tagged, do not use. And after that, either repair or replace this damaged tool immediately. No compromise, whatever, even project manager or GM or company owner insist that we must need this work today, no compromise for this one. This is directly human life is affected for this one. Use proper PPE for all kind of tools, hand tools, power tools. Minimum compulsory PPE must be worn, like hard hats, face shield, safety glasses, ear plugs, ear muff, respiratory mask, safety gloves, safety shoes.
Just go back first.
Yes, sir.
According to this slide, use proper PPE. We found in all of our sites, they're using hard hat being protected by Dubai, which is not allowable in Arab. But, sorry to say that, most of the contractor use that equipment. It's very cheap, very light, and it's not approved by law.
Aramco recommend Z89.1, rated
ANSI said it.
and Z89.1, and we are also using this one. So these are the basically 4 basic precautions to prevent, to avoid any mishap, any hazard or risk associated with hand and power tools. First of all, do not place cord on sharp edges. During training, during any work, if the cable is placed on sharp edge, it might change all the surface in live conductor. So it is an open threat for human life. Secondly, do not overload the outlets. Third one, do not unplug the cord from the center. For example, it's the laziness and it's a matter of behavior. Instead of to take off from the plug, normally laborers, electricians who is working, they want to catch from the cable, they want to plug it out. In that case, the contacts from inside become loose. When shifting and is being used, being transferred by hanging from the cord, it will again make a loose circuit from inside. It will open. It will release. So, end of the day, the message of the today is that safety officer, as per Saudi Aramco CSL, safety officer is placed over 50%. But safety officer has 2 eyes only. To multiply his eyes, to multiply and on micro level scanning, everybody should have feel responsibility, and the environment should be created in the setup from manager up to labor. Everybody should feel responsibility that they are not only responsible for them, but their co-workers also. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
One clarification. About the power tools. Okay, the power tools only have